I never thought I would find the strength to tell you this story, and yet here I am ready to share the most intense and transformative night of my life. "Let's stay like this," he whispered, and for the first time in a long while, I felt that I was exactly where I had always wanted to be. Time seemed suspended as we remained embraced in that silent complicity. Every beat of his heart synchronized with mine, every breath melted into my own. There was no past, no future, only that perfect moment. When we finally pulled away, it was only to look into each other's eyes. Words were unnecessary, but Robert, in a low and intense voice, whispered, "You have always been my home, Claire." Even when I was far away, I was struck by the power of his words. My hand instinctively sought his, and without realizing it, we exchanged a gentle smile like two teenagers sharing a secret. "I want to show you something," he said, guiding me toward the garden bathed in moonlight. At the end of the lawn, among the dim lights, I noticed a small greenhouse I had never seen before. Robert opened it, revealing a burst of flowers: gardenias, jasmines, roses, and pastel shades. "I arranged it for you," he said with a shy smile. "Each flower represents a thought I've had about you." Tears blurred my vision. No one had ever done anything so beautiful for me. I turned to him, overwhelmed with emotion. "You're a dreamer," I murmured. "I'm just a man who found his muse," he replied, stepping closer. We stood there under the starry sky, intoxicated by the scent of flowers until the first light of dawn tinged the sky with pink. Robert held me tightly against him. "Claire, I want to build a future with you, no matter where, no matter how, as long as you are by my side." His words resonated deep within me. There were no more doubts, no more fears, only a radiant certainty. "I want that too," I replied, my voice trembling with happiness. That was when I realized that night was not the end of a chapter, but the beginning of a new story, a story made of shared dreams, simple days and nights filled with restrained emotions, stolen glances, and lingering touches. In the days that followed, every moment together was a crescendo of sweet tension, a constant dance of approaching and holding back. We wandered through the ancient streets of the village, and each brush of our hands sent a shiver down my spine. One evening, walking along the deserted pier, the wind tangling my hair and the salty scent of the sea filling the air, Robert stopped abruptly. He looked at me with that intensity that made me feel completely exposed. "Sometimes I wonder if we are just postponing the inevitable," he said, his voice trembling. My heart pounded. I didn't answer immediately, unable to form a coherent thought. "I don't want to pressure you, Claire," he continued, "but every passing day, every look, every unspoken word, everything screams inside me." I moved closer, feeling the warmth radiating from his body. "I'm not afraid of you," I whispered. "I'm afraid of how much I desire you." Robert closed his eyes for a moment, as if trying to contain an overwhelming emotion. When he opened them, I saw the same turmoil in his gaze that I felt inside. That night, in the silent intimacy of our home, we continued to brush against each other, with our eyes speaking in hushed tones. Every gesture was charged with sweet tension, every smile a promise. The restrained passion was like a taut rope ready to snap at the slightest touch. A few days later, during a walk through the fields, a sudden storm changed everything. We ran for shelter under an abandoned wooden canopy, soaked, trembling not just from the cold. Our eyes met, and in an instant, all barriers crumbled. Without thinking, Robert cupped my face in his hands and kissed me, a desperate, tender, intense kiss that carried years of waiting, fears, and desires. When we finally pulled apart, we stood there breathing each other's air. "I'm never going back, Claire," he whispered against my lips, and with my heart pounding, I believed him. From that moment, our relationship became a succession of discoveries, of first times, of emotions so intense they took our breath away. Every touch was a spark, every caress fire. But not everything was easy. One day, I received an anonymous letter, a veiled threat, a warning to stay away from Robert. The dark past of his family still seemed to cast shadows over his life. I shook my head, determined not to let fear control me. But deep down unease grew when I showed the letter to Robert. I saw fury flash in his eyes. "I won't let anyone take away the happiness we found," he said, holding me tightly. We decided to leave behind everything that could threaten our love. It was the beginning of a journey south to a small seaside village where no one knew us. The days drifted by slowly, filled with laughter, stolen kisses, whispered promises. One night, as the sea sang its eternal lullaby, Robert took me to a cliff. He held a small velvet box in his hand. "I have nothing precious to offer you," he said, kneeling down. "Accept my heart, my soul, and every beat of my being. Claire, will you be my everything forever?" Tears clouded my vision as I answered without hesitation, "Yes, yes, I will." The sky seemed to celebrate with a cascade of shooting stars. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to experience even more emotional journeys with us. Your support means the world and helps us keep telling powerful stories. Until the next adventure.